What is up? What is up, YouTube? Daniel back here for another video for the channel. Thank you for tuning in again. So essentially, this video will be, as you can see from the title, always acting through your highest self. I believe I made a video like this kind of similar, but not the way I'll explain it, because I talked about perception, but essentially, there was no real clear instruction or thing you can do on how to do that. So the reason I was motivated to make this video today is because over the past few months, I've been really diligently reading and journaling. This is something I've added to my daily routine. I've seen immense growth in it. So usually reading 15, 20 minutes a day, a good, self-development book, and then journaling, reflecting, and then also I've been adding meditation there just to kind of sit still and, silence my mind and just be able to really get into the eternal aspect of myself as opposed to just, reacting to whatever is going on around me. And essentially one book I came across today that I read very in the same day, it's a short read as well. It's called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. So this book literally blew me away. And the reason why is because the way he condensed, all the information, it made it so um, applicable. And essentially, it just laid down exactly, the reason why your life is one way and, how you can change it immediately and the steps you have to take. And I feel like, another good book that does that is Think and Grow Rich. It's a little bit more elaborate as it studies different people. But I mean, this book, it just really condenses all the information. Like I said, it's a very short read. You can read it in like an hour if you want to, 60 something pages. And essentially, the reason for the topic of today is because, he mentions in the book, and a lot of people mention as well, is that you have to begin to act as that person you want to be already. So, first step is clarifying that in terms of using your imagination. So everyone has this. You have to really, before you do anything, starting from like today, you have to imagine the person you want to be. You can imagine the reality has, but really has to be the person, because the person will have the thinking that you need, and everything starts from the thinking, which leads to the action. But essentially, you have to have, the person. It could be a third eye view of the person, like maybe him, how he looks, maybe the car he drives, the house he's in, the reality he has. You can have one aspect of that, but the other aspect will be, using perception for this, but essentially how he thinks. Like every situation, you're essentially from now on going to be acting as that person or through him. So, anytime you're in a situation, basically asking yourself, what would my highest self do? This was something that was kind of a craze before of like, what would Jesus do? It's kind of the same thing. You put yourself, you could say in Jesus' shoes, which is a different person, but essentially what you're doing now is doing this for yourself. So you have, your dream, let's say dream person or like highest self, the person that has everything you want that you're currently looking for now, and as opposed to you separating yourself from that person or thinking, I need something in my reality to give me permission to be that person. You are him now, him or her now. So that's your highest self. They're always with you. They can adjust obviously as time goes on, and you actually start to, you become that person, and you try to go for something bigger. But I mean, that person always has to be in front of you because, like he mentioned in this book, you know, um, as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. That's a big quote that he mentioned. And I mean, essentially, it just entails whatever you think you are, you'll be. So if you're allowing yourself to, just relate to the present person because of your present reality, you always keep being that person no matter what actions you do. And it all starts with the identity or the way you think about yourself and the person you think you are. So you think, let's say you're going for a financial goal, like you think, oh, I'm poor until I get this amount of money, you'll always be poor, because you're just telling yourself you're a poor person, and that's the identity you've created for yourself. And until you act as the highest self or that person you want to be, let's say it's a financial goal, person making X amount of dollars per month or per year, or whatever you want to do, or has a business, until you start acting as that person now using your imagination and perception, you'll never get there. And that's because everything starts from who you are, and then your brain will essentially act through that person. So your brain has a good job of basically always acting through the identity you give it, and it always protects your identity as well. So if you're trying to do something against your identity, you can see this for any little thing. Maybe you're someone that goes to the gym and tries to, like, I don't know, try to eat unhealthy or junk food. Like your brain is so programmed to be one person that it won't allow you to go back. So I mean, you have to use this to your favor and create a positive person as opposed to, like, in this case, it's you're trying to digress the identity you have, but trying to progress in this case. So using your highest self. So this is a person you can literally daydream about if you want to. Just create that person, and it's going to be at the forefront of your mind every time you're doing something. And you can apply this to any big decision. If you're going about your day and you have to make it, because life is all decisions at the end of the day, right? It's small decisions that get you to a place, decisions and choices you make. So if you ask yourself, what would my highest self do in the situation? You'll always come up with the answer, right? Like using your perception, and putting yourself in their shoes, because you have that faculty and people don't use that as much as they should. They only use it for like worst case scenarios and not just every day, because it's there. Like it's something that you kind of just put in the closet, only to bring out for like emergencies or something that's not there. But it's a faculty you have, and also your imagination as well. So people use your imagination to imagine worst case scenarios as opposed to like imagining their best outcome or dream outcome. In this case, your highest self. So this is something you have to begin to do. Like I said, if you want to dive more into it, definitely read that book, As a Man Think. It's a very short read, and for me, it blew me away. And I read similar books, and I don't know, it's something that just the way he put everything together, it just really makes you think that, like, everything is in your hands. It is in your hands. There's no other circumstance. It's not your reality. It's really the thinking you've allowed over these past few years, and that's been programmed into you, and it's kind of sprouted into reality. And like I said, it's the person you've been telling yourself you are over and over that's currently sitting with you right now. So um, this is a practice you can apply. Like I said, starting today, do this now. So use your imagination as opposed to thinking for something negative. Think for something positive. Who is the dream person I want to be in the next, I don't know, 6 months, year, 2 years? It could be like 3 years, because you don't know when you'll get there. That's not the point. Is not when you'll get there, but acting as that person now and not waiting for reality to give you permission to do that, because that's what most people do, and they just get stuck in that rut of reacting to the reality and then reinforcing the person they already are, and then just acting as that person. It's just they never get anywhere. It's just a hamster wheel. So make sure to apply this. It is very, very crucial. Like I said, you have the art of perception, and you can utilize this always, every single day. And as you do this, you get better and better, and essentially you'll start to grow into that person as opposed to chasing that person or thinking it's a person you can be as a result of something you get. So hope this video helped you. I'm also on Instagram as well, um, very actively. And if like more of this content, like and subscribe. I'll be trying to do a bit more of other things as well, but it's kind of things that just come to me and I want to share with you guys and add some value. And I think this is one thing that if you really apply it, like I will be, it'll essentially change your life, because that book, like as short as a reader was, it definitely changed things for me. So like and subscribe, more coming, and yeah, keep killing it.